Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, today I want to talk about the latest attack from Meghan Markle, and it relates to a continuation, I believe, of Meghan and Oprah Winfrey's race war that they're trying to start against with BLM and Antifa against the royal family. Saw this coming from a mile away. Oprah's been a racist for a while now. She has this BS white privilege podcast on Apple, which is have been, the whole idea of white privilege is debunked by many authorities. It's total identity politics and communism. Anyways, so she's done that, and also Oprah did incite violence or help to incite it with her billboards for criminal Breonna Taylor, who has a long history here of crime, and she's helped to fan the flames and try to portray her as this innocent victim of racism. Total BS. And so now with the interview, as we all know, with Meghan Markle, where so many lies were told, of course, one of the major accusations that Meghan made was to say that somebody, allegedly, some unnamed person, and the royal family asked about Archie's skin color, maybe. And so Oprah immediately said, "What?" Well, anyways, that was a complete disaster. Meghan was called out and proven a liar. So many lies she told in that. Oprah made an absolute fool out of herself, but they're still not done with it. They still think that they can revive it, right? They're not. I don't know if it's the Obamas behind them trying to egg them on with the Bidens, because you remember President Biden even came out and he can barely think straight. And he's like, "Oh, that's a great interview Meghan did. Yeah, great. But talking about mental health. Yeah." The whole thing was so orchestrated, so deep state BS, so obvious, it's so pathetic and negative and miserable and evil and nasty and obvious, and everybody is so sick to death of them. But anyways, so the latest chapter in all this deep state Meghan Schmarkle race war with Oprah is now Meghan's had a black coworker from her Suits days. Meghan likes to drag out all these people from her past to defend her. She also has a friend, I guess she went to camp with as a child. And this person who's the last time he's seen Meghan was when she was 13 years old or something. And he's like, "Oh, Meghan would never bully anyone." It's like, oh boy, oh, so ridiculous. But anyways, let's look at this one. This one's kind of serious. I want a DB Woodside. And what he says, he actually tells the Queen, "Hey, Queenie, you better apologize to Meghan now," is basically the message of this. But here in the article, read through it. And we're going to show exactly how wrong he is about Meghan Schmarkle for everyone out there who doesn't know all the details. So here we go. So DB Woodside urged royal family to, quote, "back off and apologize" to Meghan Markle. Duchess Suits co-star warned that they have, quote, "messed with the wrong woman." I mean, look at this. She's like totally mafia here. This is mafioso deep state if I ever heard it. American actor 51. Now he's 51 years old. He knows better. He knows better than to be going along with this crap. He's either being bribed or threatened or I don't know what. We'll look into it. Strong, he said the Duchess of Sussex is both strong and resilient. Oh yeah, we know that already. She's also batshit crazy. So here we go. Meghan Markle's Suits co-star DB Woodside has urged the royal family to, quote, "back off and apologize to the royal," referring to Meghan, before warning that they've messed with the wrong woman. The American actor 51 who played the character Jeff Malone on the hit Netflix show, which was not a hit at all, but that made Meghan famous, branded the Duchess of Sussex strong. He called her strong and resilient, and asked the monarchy to apologize to her after she claimed she wasn't offered support despite having suicidal thoughts. I don't know about her suicidal thoughts, but she sure inspires a lot of homicidal ones. Listen, the thing about Meghan is she is strong and she is resilient, he said, speaking to Entertainment Tonight. If they think that this kind of stuff is going to knock her off her game for very long, they picked the wrong woman to mess with. So he's claiming that the royal family messed with her, when in reality, Meghan is the one who did the Oprah interview, not the royals. And there's a picture of him. Quote, "She is the wrong woman to mess with. They need to back up." They need to back off and apologize because she is not the one. She is not the one. So talking like word salad there a bit, and threatening and malevolent there. I don't know who this guy is. I know nothing about him, but this is just over the top. This is cray cray. Unbelievable. The Suits actor, so he wanted to star with her in Suits, which was not a hit TV show. The Suits actor went on to praise Meghan for speaking out against the royal family in the bombshell tell-all Oprah Winfrey interview. Also discussing the time when Meghan and Prince Harry were first dating, Woodside said, quote, I did not know at the time. She kept that tight, which I completely understand. My God, but now I think back on that time, I'm like, she was dating him then. Like, aha, but that's great. It comes just weeks after Prince Harry and Meghan's tell-all Oprah interview, where they said racism drove them out of Britain and claimed their son Archie was denied a title of prince because he is of mixed race. All claims which have been debunked as false. Anyways, during the bombshell interview, Meghan Markle also claimed that Kate Middleton left her in tears during a row over bridesmaid dresses, and Prince Harry accuses his father, Prince Charles, of refusing to take his calls when the pair moved to the U.S. last year. CBS presenter Gayle King since told how she had spoken to the Sussexes, who told her that Harry had talked to the Duke of Cambridge and the Prince of Wales after the interview. So here's another major faux pas attack. Exposing this to Gayle King is the latest, but let's take a look. So he's under the impression, I believe, if he's being honest here, if he's honestly saying this, or if he was told to say this, by Meghan. But he honestly believes that the royal family attacked Meghan, right? Now, it could be that he's part of the BLM Antifa thing and he doesn't care about the truth anyways. But just in case he doesn't know the truth, I want to go over just quickly. Let's go back to when Meghan and Harry backed away from the royal family in January 2020. Now, when Harry and Meghan decided to step back, as they called it, or quit the royal family, they just quit. They up and quit without warning. Oh, actually, they gave a 10-minute warning. Okay, so you're married. Meghan's married to the grandson of the monarch, the Queen of England. And does she, sit down for a meeting with them and discuss this over a meeting? No. What they did was they gave them a 10-minute warning that, hey, we're going to post this on Instagram. And then they posted on Instagram, hey, everyone, we're quitting. We're stepping back. Bye. Right? So this was like the first major offensive thing that Meghan and Harry did to attack the royal family. You don't quit the royal family through an Instagram post. This is juvenile. This is offensive. This is, beyond against protocol. You don't do this. This is not how you communicate with the Queen. So this was the first major, not the first. I mean, Meghan did a lot of things against protocol and offensive things, but this was a major attack by Meghan and Harry on the royal family. So immediately after this, the royal family had to scramble together and make a Sandringham Summit meeting with them. And it was very upsetting to Prince Philip and the Queen, in their 90s, to be treating them like this and to be embarrassing them on the world stage. I mean, this is on Instagram. The whole world saw this, and everybody watches what's going on with the royal family in Britain. Very embarrassing, bringing out the dirty laundry of your family out like this and offending the royal family and the Queen. Very offensive, very much an attack by Meghan and Harry on the Queen and the royal family. So this was in January. This is the first big one. There's 3 big ones. So this is the first big one on the world stage, which they did in January 2020. And then we move along here. Okay, so then after that, they had to work things out at the Sandringham Summit, where they decided, okay, this is how it's going to work. You'll have a 12-month trial period. You can still retain your HRH, but you can't use it, right? And the biggest thing for Meghan, after the Sandringham Summit, when they, sort of figured things out, how they would go forward with Harry and Meghan just leaving, jumping on their private plane to Canada and expecting Canadians to pay their security after they stepped down. one of the things was that they couldn't use. Now, Harry and Meghan have been planning for a long time to leave, right? They only gave the royal family and the Queen 10-minute warning, but they have been planning this for months and months and months. And this is proven by the fact that Meghan had trademarked the Sussex Royale brand. She tried to trademark it. She was making all these products that were going to have the Sussex Royale logo. They had their website. But then after the Sandringham Summit, the Queen said, the royal family, the firm, said, you can't use the word royal. That's not allowed. Only the royal family can use that. And this is a standard procedure here. This is standard protocol. But Meghan never leaves. Now, whenever the Queen makes a statement, Meghan always has to get the last word. She is the queen of last words here. She always has to get the last word. So then they went to their website, Sussex Royale website, which is still up. Their Sussex Royale Instagram and their website is still up, where she responded to everything and confirmed with everyone, okay, so this is how what's agreed. They're going to continue their role. They will be privately funded, et cetera, et cetera. So they went through all the HRH prefix they won't use, etc. Then at the very bottom of this, the very end, after all this additional details, this is where Meghan the Snakes hit back. She said the trademark for her Sussex Royale is on protective measures, and they will not be used. Then she writes, while there is not any jurisdiction by the monarchy or cabinet office over the use of the word royal overseas, the Duke and Duchess do not intend to use Sussex Royale or any iteration of the word royal in any territory. So she's basically saying that although the royal family can't stop us, the Queen can't stop us, we won't use it, right? But in fact, as Lady Colin Campbell writes in her book, it is illegal for anyone to use royal. You can't just use royal in your products without permission in Canada or in any of the Commonwealth. You have to get permission to use that in any products and whatnot. So Meghan and Harry made it seem, or Meghan, I should say, Meghan's pretty much behind this. So she basically slapped back at the royal family and said, you don't have the jurisdiction, Queen. But actually, she does. And it is a legal precedent. So this was completely false. And Lady Colin Campbell writes about this and how wrong Meghan is and how offensive, Meghan again attacking the Queen. I mean, it wasn't the Queen saying it. It was her office, because this is standard. It's been this way for hundreds of years. Okay, it's the way it's done. They do own the word. It's their trademark. You can't use it. So Meghan got really snippy and said, well, we'll choose not to, even though you really can't stop us. Actually, she can. But anyways, and it is international trademark too, by the way. So you can look at the details in Lady Colin Campbell's book. So it is, in fact, a lie that Meghan's saying that she can use it. So that's the second offensive thing Meghan did, right? So she slaps back at the Queen, even after she pulls this fast one with her taking off with an Instagram post. And then the final big one I want to mention is, of course, this is only one of many offenses. Meghan is very offensive to everyone in the royal family. But this is about the statement where Harry and Meghan lost their patronages. So this is most recent. So the Queen, because they're not coming back to the royal family, and they're doing all these, they're working for Netflix. They're making millions and millions of dollars with Netflix and Spotify and whatnot. So, and they're not returning to the royal fold, right? It's coming out to 12 months. The royal family know that Harry and Meghan are not moving back home. So the Queen basically says, well, since Harry and Meghan obviously are making, in so many words, what they're saying, I'm not going to read the whole, you can read this on, online, the Queen's statement here from February 19th, 2021, basically saying that, Harry and Meghan's life is not of service anymore. They're obviously not interested in a life of service, which is, doing volunteer work. Harry and Meghan are interested in making money. So this is the Queen's announcement here, and the way it's posted. This is from Scooby-Doo's account. And, this is how it looks. Now look at Meghan. Of course, again, Meghan has to have the last word. So again, she attacks the Queen. Now remember, this is all publicly. So it's not that only that Meghan is attacking the Queen, but she's doing it on the internet. She's doing it on Instagram. She does it on the Sussex Royale website. So this is for the whole world to see her pushing back, to see her being offensive, to see her sassing back basically. And look how she does it. She does it by inverting it. So instead of, white background, black print, she puts a black background, white print. So I get kind of like a racist vibe, a race war vibe going on here. And she says a spokesperson, which is Meghan, for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, as evidenced by our work over the past year, they're committed to their duty and service. And jumping to the last sentence, she said, we could all live a life of service. Service is universal. So obviously she was taking offense, or, being snippy and being snotty and offensive and attacking the Queen for saying that, they were no longer, see if I can get it up here. Where did she say it here? Since stepping away. Yeah, so it's not possible for them to continue responsibilities and duties that come with a life of public service. That's all the Queen said. Like, it wasn't even offensive, right? So the Duke and Duchess have confirmed that they will not be returning to working members of the royal family. So I'm going to read it now. Following conversations, the Queen has confirmed that in stepping away from the work of the royal family, it's not possible to continue duties that come with life of public service. The honorary military appointments and royal patronages held by the Duke and Duchess will be returned to Her Majesty. So they were all saddened by the decision. So then Meghan comes back and says, well, service is universal and we're going to continue it. And what you're not seeing here is on Twitter what Meghan did on top of this, all very public and offensive, and a fourth attack on the Queen and the royal family. Meghan contacted all her patronages and had them post on Instagram saying, we still want to keep Meghan as she'll always be our patron. We'll always have Meghan's input. So she was like having the patronages push back against the Queen to offend her, to bully her, to attack her, the Queen and the royal family. So this is like at least 4 major times in a very public way, Meghan has attacked the Queen and the royal family. So for her to have her former co-star on Suits come out and speak so, offensively again and so bullyingly and threateningly and like mafia type, I mean, it's got to be BLM Antifa in my mind, but we'll see. But anyways, so, what's going on here? You've got Meghan, who has done nothing but offend the royal family and the Queen, must be so disrespectful, so nasty, so malign, so evil. She gets Oprah on board, and Oprah is a major racist, and they're trying to start a race war. And now she gets a black co-star come out and try to bully the Queen and say, you better apologize to Meghan or else, out of vibe here. All very offensive and threatening. So I just want to take a look at this guy and what's going on here. Does he know how offensive Meghan's been? Maybe he doesn't know. He doesn't follow it. He may not know. Or is he part of the gang here, the race war gang that want to the great reset and have this great this what has been described with the BLM Antifa agenda, which is black supremacy, has been described as. So is this the motive? Is this to want to take over and take down anything that's white? Going on here with Meghan's co-star DB Woodside.